Hi everybody! So we're going to dry pineapple at home without a dehydrator. So I posted a video that's pretty darn popular, I've noticed, a long time ago, and when I was still back in Alaska, and it was on how to dry your fruit with no dehydrator, or drying your fruit on your countertops without a dehydrator. And it works. For me, it works. I think it really depends on, like, your climate and your environment that you're in, because some people have commented to me, I've noticed throughout the years that video has been posted, that people mention about fruit flies and other bugs, and I have never really had that problem. And the only thing I can come to a conclusion is that they're probably living in a climate where it's more humid, because I've lived in Alaska, where it's literally called an Arctic desert. That's where I'm from, is Fairbanks, and I've been up there 30 plus years since I was born, and I moved down here to Arizona in October 2019. So currently in this video, it's 2024, February 2024. So I've been here 4 years, working on my 5th year now, and it's still a dry climate. It's just the opposite side of the spectrum, where it's extreme heat now. I'm not in an extreme cold. I'm not in an extreme cold. I'm not in an extreme Arctic climate anymore. I'm in a desert now. So, but like, it's still dry though. It's still dry. So humidity, I have never really felt like strong humidity before. So I felt a touch of it here in Arizona during monsoon season, that they call it in the summertime. And it's literally like being in a greenhouse. It feels really good. It feels really good. But a lot of people who are from Florida, the east side of the United States, can certainly vouch for how bad humidity can be. I'm like living in it, like I guess those extreme areas where humidity can be a problem. But so I think that's kind of what explains that. But here, I don't have to deal with that, I guess. I get some fruit flies, but not a whole lot. I think you can dry this also in your refrigerator, like I mentioned in that video. A fellow viewer has requested that I dry pineapple specifically without a dehydrator, or without using your oven at a low temperature. So we're going to do that, and I've actually never done that before with pineapple, so we're going to try this together for the first time. So of course, first with our pineapples, we want to let them ripen completely. I don't want to cut this up when it's not ripe. If any of you have had pineapples long enough, if you don't let them ripen fully and completely, they will burn your mouth. So obviously that is what the fruit does, to say, hey, I'm not ready to be eaten yet, to tell you to stop eating me. You're eating me at the wrong time. Wait till I'm sweeter and better digestible and better for your body. So for pineapples, of course, you guys all know to wait until you can pluck the middle part out, and then also when it turns completely yellow and starts browning a little bit. And then of course, I've heard this saying, you got to smell the butt to make sure it's ripe, right? That's his name is Matty Matheson. He does like a commercial on this YouTube that says, you have to smell the butt to make sure it's ripe. So every time I see a pineapple, I'm like, yeah, you got to smell the butt to make sure it's ripe. Also make sure it's ripe. You want to make sure it's completely yellow and very fragrant, of course. Alrighty, the pineapple is ready. It smells nice and sweet. There's no more green left on it. We can pluck the middle part out pretty good. See the top? There's the roots. There's some roots right there. So you can save that and plant it and grow pineapple. And actually right here, when I cut it up, there is a pineapple seed. So we can save that and plant it. So you have the top that you can plant, or do it by seed. Now I cut back the leaves so we can see all the roots there. Isn't that cool? That is so neat. So I actually got another cup of water, and I'm just gonna plop that in there like that and let it do its thing and see what happens with this one. Growing a pineapple straight from its seed, from what I understand, that takes a long time to do, but it's worth a try. And this one is actually already starting to break open a little bit, so we can try planting this. So what I did here is, this is an exceptionally sweet pineapple, so delicious. So I cut it in half and then into quarters. So when drying fruit, I've noticed the thinner your chunks of fruit, the better. And with no dehydrator, I cut them about this thin, so you can kind of see how thin it is. Now this is just a sample platter that we're gonna try drying. So I just took my quarter here and just, like, you know, thinly sliced it, because we're gonna dry it. We don't want it super thick. So just like that. So yeah, just thin little pieces like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit out on the countertop. Like I said before, I don't have problem with bugs, so I'm just gonna test it out, and we're just gonna set it on out here in the countertop and just let it air dry, just like that. Now you can put it in the fridge if you want, if you feel better about that, but I'm just gonna keep it out on the countertop and just let it dry. Second day of drying the pineapple, so we can kind of see what it looks like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip all these over, so the other side is still pretty moist, so we're gonna flip it over so we have an even drying session going on. But you can see how thin they're getting, how much thinner. Yeah, so I'm tempted to try one, but we're not going to do that just yet. So we're just going to flip these over, and no problems with any bugs or anything. So yeah, we'll let it keep drying, and we'll come back another day and check it out. So it has been 4 days of drying this pineapple. So I would say it's ready. So we can see how dry these are. They're still kind of moist, but you see how small and thin they are too. So we're going to try one for a tasty taste test. So see, if I were to have dried pineapple, I would want it like this, because it's still kind of moist. It's kind of like, you know, when you have dates, kind of more dried out dates, but like apricots, dried apricots. That's kind of like the texture you got there. It's kind of dry, but it's still kind of moist, if that makes sense. Very good. My goodness. I've never dried pineapple before. It's quite very neat. So you can try it out if you'd like. So that's the way it turned out. I would say it's ready, and I'm sure you can just let it sit out for another couple days. It'll just get drier and drier. So can you dry pineapple without a dehydrator and without putting it in your oven? Heck yeah, of course you can. Delicious. I'm very impressed. Alrighty guys, so remember to love being raw, vegan, plant-based, all foods, whatever floats your little boat. Just remember to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself literally and the best that you know how. And remember to put a big old smile on your face today. I hope I did that for you, and I will see you guys next video, okay? Bye guys. Wow. Yeah. Very impressed. Wow. Highly recommend. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. So after that tasty taste test of the dried pineapple for the first time, I decided to do 3 more plates. That was delicious. Highly recommend, you guys. Very, very tasty. So they will get tiny, but in 4 to 5 days, they will be perfect.